Hi and welcome to the Lifestyle Show with me, Pam Joseph. Now, keeping in line with government advice, we are keeping ourselves remote. And so we're viral here with the Lifestyle Show. So you are all welcome to my humble abode. All welcome indeed. So for the next 2 hours or so, please keep in tune with us. We've got lots of things to talk to you about. We're going to entertain you. Let's put it like that. We're going to entertain you, myself and my guests as well. So I'm going to ask you to interact a bit later on. We said this last week, and we got our listeners and viewers, I should say, to send in questions quickly because we knew who we were going to be having this week, and so we've got some questions too. But it's all good because we like to do this, and we like to let the viewers keep in touch with the guests that we have because we've got we're keeping up to date with the Black Lives Matters movement, and we've just got things that we're going from here to there. We're talking about the UK per se, really. We're talking about the UK, the movement in the UK, and there are some good things happening. There's discussions, at least. The door's been opened. We've sat down on a table. At least we're talking. We're getting through on various things. So it's good to keep that up and to have various movers and shakers on the show to tell us about their particular interest and where they're pushing this movement and where they want to go as well. So before I sort of like really kick the show off, and before I even bring in my co-presenter Anthony, I just want to give a recap, or should I say an update on the double murder of sisters Bieber Henry and Nicole Smallman. You remember they were knifed to death in a park in northwest London, Friar Country Park, on June the 6th, and subsequently found the following afternoon. In fact, it was Simone's boyfriend that came across the dead body of his precious. And there was a talk at the beginning about this, about the police, the lack of movement, if you will, when they were first alerted about the disappearance, which happened to be Saturday early evening. Now, we've got some, forward news to tell you. Since, early hours of July the 1st, police arrested an 18-year-old in South East London. We do have a name, and that was given to us, Daniel Hussein. He was arrested at his home in Guy Barnett Grove, Blackheath in South East London, and appeared at Westminster Magistrate Court earlier on in the early morning, I should say, of Thursday. He has since been remanded in custody. He has been charged with 2 counts of murder and a further count of possession of an offensive weapon. We've got to say and say thank you to Elizabeth Cook for this illustration. If we can just have that up there again, illustration of the suspect, Elizabeth Cook of the Daily Mail. Thank you for that illustration there. So yes, 18-year-old Daniel Hussein. He's been accused of killing sisters. He has now been charged. He has been remanded in custody. It was a 4-minute briefing today at the Magistrates Court, where he basically confirmed his name, his date of birth, and his address. So that was a 4-minute hearing earlier today, and we obviously will know and hear more later. We do not know yet when the court case will begin. So interesting. We will keep you updated with that, and all I can keep saying is our prayers go out to the family at this time. They must be at least relieved that the killer has been caught and been incarcerated. So our prayers and our thoughts are with the family at this time. So let's now keep you with what we can call the Lifestyle Show and keep you with it as we go along and we do what we do best. Anthony Jordan, my partner in crime, is about to join me. Tell us what's up next.
Hey, how you doing?
Hiya.
Hey, so congratulations on the updates, by the way, that we've been having. That's been some great stuff, and it's one of those things that it's not a victory because obviously we've tragically lost 2 lives, but justice appears to be prevailing. So I'm, it's leaning in that direction. And to anyone who did assist, possibly through Lifestyle, possibly not through, congratulations and thank you for standing up and doing what's right. And we are leaning in the right direction.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, that's the one. It sounds like a packed show. All I want to say on my side is the entertainment corner will have our favourite entertainer, there's Jake Marie Joseph. I've also got Mission Irie, who should be joining us as well, and a few music videos to keep you guys going. So,
and we've got to say the key thing about the Dargetti Teas hamper, that, you know, everybody's got to listen out to something we would have asked one of our guests today. And
so
you
pay
get
attention from beginning to end, for sure.
Beautiful, beautiful Dargetti Teas hamper. Absolutely beautiful. So that's up there. All right. Thank you ever so much.
See ya.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now, I've just spoke to you about a particular murder in Northwest London, and funnily enough, we have the mayor of Brent Central, a formidable lady in politics and growing my strength, you know, each and every day. Dawn Butler, Labour MP, Brent Central, joins me.
Hi, Pam.
Hi, Dawn. How are you?
I'm okay, not too bad. You know, struggling through, but yeah, we're getting there.
And very, very busy indeed. Very busy indeed.
Yeah, just mad, crazy busy. Yeah. As you said earlier, everything's done via Zoom or one of the other, you know, platforms that we interact in, that's driving us all crazy. But yeah, really busy, stressful times. I've got constituents, you know, who were stuck all over the globe. But as you were talking about the murders as well, as you know, that is in Brent. Yeah, and it's just a very tragic and sad case. And it makes you wonder, you know, the family reported them missing, it wasn't taken seriously, and it makes you think, well, why wasn't their voices taken seriously? Then it took the boyfriend to go and find the weapon and find his girlfriend and her sister. And you just think, how on earth is that family coping? And then to compound that, you have the police who dehumanized the body of two sisters by taking a selfie and posting it on a WhatsApp group. And okay, they've been arrested. I mean, I'm really pleased a murderer has been arrested. 18-year-old. It's quite shocking. I'm glad he's been arrested. I'm glad he's been charged. He should stay in prison for the rest of his life. He should not be allowed out of prison. And the police need to go to prison too. Those two police officers that took selfies need to go to prison too. The family's absolutely distraught. It's just been one thing after the other. It's just unthinkable that you could go through so much pain, and then that gets compounded by people who are supposed to be there to serve and protect. So it is a very sad moment indeed.
Yeah, I mean, we do know that there is an inquiry. The IOPC are actually looking into this. So, you know, we will get the findings of this, and I know you will. You know, straight away get the findings of that, because it isn't good. And when we want to focus in this climate on having a good relationship with the police, you know, very much community-led policing, and the community getting involved in these dire times that we've been having with the COVID and everything else. This is something we did not need at all.
Oh, absolutely, Pam. It was just, I just thought we really don't need this, because we do have to bring the community together. We have to all work together in all our different areas and fields. So we really don't need this. But, you know, and I know that the Met Police were disgusted themselves. You know, it's a few people, but the key is, and as Mina, the mum, said, they felt comfortable doing that, and it makes you wonder what made them feel so comfortable doing such a heinous crime themselves. And so it's really important that we weed out every bad apple that exists in every industry, in every area. Now that we have the moment to have the conversation, now that people are listening to the conversation, in this very moment in time, if we are going to tackle the structural racial inequalities and racism that exists in every workplace, in every workforce, we have to take each of them out, and they have to be due their punishment. With the police, they need to go to prison.
Yeah.
In other areas, they will need to be sacked. But now we have to, every single person who is racist, who discriminates, needs to be dealt with. And let me tell you something, it won't just be good for Black people when you get these nasty characters out of institutions. It will be good for everybody, because if they are discriminating against Black people, trust me, they'll be discriminating against women. They'll be discriminating against disabled people. They'll be discriminating against LGBTQI plus people. So what we're doing is getting rid of the bad apples, and the police need to start and need to show how serious they are in regards to these 2 police officers who did such a nasty, dehumanizing, criminal act.
Yeah. And we're going to keep on top of that. And I know you will too, Dawn. I know you've said that already, and I know you would. So, and talking about in these climates, now we're going to go on with, let's first of all go on with COVID. We're just about coming out, easing off the lockdown, trickling. Some would say, well, actually, we've really come out of the lockdown. There have been rumours, there have been suggestions, there have even been figures suggesting that there's certain pockets in London and certain boroughs that need to be scrutinised, that need to be looked at again, because there seems to be a trend that perhaps the second wave has hit some of our areas, I must say it, Brent, than others hitting us. Have you heard anything, Dawn? Is there something to be worried about?
So it's interesting. So there's a couple of things. So yeah, I kept hearing this, Brent's going into lockdown. So I'm calling my chief exec and the leader of the council, are we going into lockdown? And we're not going into lockdown. It's not to say that it's an impossibility, because with every pandemic, there's a second wave. So it's not to say that we're not going into lockdown at the moment. Our R rate is around 1, but our infection rate is actually quite low. We do also have a testing centre in Brent where people can be tested. So we're not going into local lockdown. But there's a couple of things here. So number one, we were very hard hit in Brent with the number of people who not only contracted COVID-19, but who died from the coronavirus. And that's because, not because, as somebody said, oh, the coronavirus is racist. No. But society is racist, we know that. But it's the inequalities that exist which had a disproportionate negative effect on my constituents in Brent. So that's why we were hardest hit. And what we have to do now, what the government has to do, so the government allocates funds for COVID-19, right? And they've allocated us in Brent exactly the same as they've advocated in Kensington and Chelsea, that's had less cases than we have. And you think, well, that doesn't make sense. How does that make sense? And what we have to do is this. If we are going to tackle all the structural inequalities, we have to start putting money where the data is. You know, we have a high proportion of people who have died from COVID-19 because we have lots of people who are in overcrowded accommodation, because people are in low paid work, because people are in jobs where they have to go to work. They can't afford to not go to work. They're not being furloughed. So all of these things have contributed to the high death rate in Brent. So what the government needs to do is stop playing stupid games and allocate finances where the data is. There's no point in looking at data and data set and talking about Brent and then starving us of needed resources and funds that just makes it harder for the councils to survive. After this COVID-19, there's going to be another recession, and the government's going to blame the pandemic and all of the measures that have been put in place. It's not just that, it is also because of Brexit that we no longer talk about, but it was also because of that. And I'm really concerned that what this government's going to do next is just going to punish areas like mine, and it's just going to lead to worse outcomes on everything: health, education, absolutely every measure you can think of.
But you're on it though, because you already seen that this is going to happen. So obviously sounds good for us because you're on it. You know this is going to happen, and you're set to challenge, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not letting this government get away with anything. You know, I had a debate last week on the floor of the House talking about the effects of COVID-19 on the BAME community. No, I'm not going to let this government get away with anything, not under my watch. And I'm not going to let my constituents suffer. They already suffer enough by the cruelty of this government's measures, and they've suffered over the last 10 years. And, you know, Boris does all these sound bites and, you know, build. £1 billion. We needed 55 billion 10 years ago. And so now you're supposed to be grateful for $1 billion. He must think that we're all fools, to be honest. And we're not. So yeah, no, I won't be letting up anytime soon, Pam, trust me.
That's what we know. We know about you. You know, go and get them, Dawn. But let's talk about everyone being a bit more uppity, and people have been, you know, the BME community is maybe frustrated. Our young ones are frustrated, and they're being locked away, and then they can see their people, their uncles and aunts have died, and maybe that's why they're on the street. I don't know, Dawn. They're doing these parties, Dawn, and you know they're saying, well, do you know what? We want to go out. We want to enjoy each other's company. My gosh, it's been impacting in Brent quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I understand that, you know. I mean, I want to go out and party. You know, I understand. I hear them loud and clear. So yeah, I totally understand that, and I totally get it. But we do have to be mindful about the consequences of doing that. And the thing is this, everything was going okay until Dominic Cummings decided to travel, 300 miles, was it? And then traveled 30 miles to test his eyesight. And, you know, our people are not stupid, okay? So the fact that he got protected and defended, and they tried to make it seem like it was reasonable what he'd done, and everybody knew it was not reasonable. And the weekend after that, people were just going crazy. As far as they were concerned, listen, it's over. You know, it's done. It's safe to go out. So both things are right. It's right to say he was wrong, and the Prime Minister was wrong in defending him. But it's also not safe to go back to normal. It's not safe to just interact the way we used to interact. Our lives have changed, and they will change for about a year. And I was saying this right at the very beginning, that we needed to be honest with people and say our lives will be different for at least a year, because at least then you've prepared yourself for a year. Instead of saying, look, we're going to be locked down for 2 months, and we're going to beat the virus and take it on the chin. No, be honest. You know, we're adults. Be honest. We're going to be in some form of lockdown, in and out, for about a year. There isn't a vaccination. There's a vaccine yet, and so until there is, then there's still a high risk. Anybody with underlying medical condition is at risk, at high risk. So we have to be very, very mindful and careful. I mean, I haven't seen my mum in months, and she keeps cussing me. But you know, I say she does. She told the doctor that she has 2 daughters, but only one looks after her.
I don't realise that one is trying to, you know, sort of like run a part of London.
So she made me laugh though, but I'm like, well, if I'm doing things, seeing people, I'm not going to bring that to your door. I'm just not going. I'll go and I'll wave to her outside probably this week, but you know, I'm just being extra mindful and careful because my mum's, you know, in her 80s now, and I don't want to be responsible for risking my mum's health or my mum's life. So I'm being very mindful about that. And I think people need to be mindful and know the risks. You know, if you're mixing with people, know the risks, know who you're mixing with, know who they go home to, and understand that risk yourself.
Yeah, indeed. Not too long ago, I spoke to the Commissioner, Cressida Dick. Now, I said to her, is there anything perhaps that government and police can think about, do something that, you know, maybe sort of like have certain parks, large parks in different boroughs, that they could monitor, they could, use the distancing thing, even though now it's going to 1 meter, but maybe once every 2 weeks they can say to young people, maybe we can do this if everybody, doesn't do street parties, and maybe just try to do every borough, try to perhaps be able to give a section of land of a park to the young people so that they can, take out their energies there instead of doing these illegal street parties. I don't know. It was an idea. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they've got some car parties kind of thing, and I think Dizzy Rascal's setting up some parties where you can go in your car and then you party around your car. So I know that's kind of happening. I think it'll be a great idea. And it depends who organises it, though, right? Because if it's sort of properly organised, then it's not as exciting, is it, as having kind of a legal a street party. But I think that, I think it would be a nice thing to do, because we are creatures who like to interact. So, we want to interact. We want to be in the company of others. We want to talk to another person in person. I'd love to be with you in your front room talking to you rather than
humble abode, you mean?
Via Zoom. So we like that. We like to see people. I like to feel the atmosphere in a room, so Zoom takes it all away. So, but I think, yes, that could be quite doable. I don't know if it would stop it. I mean, I did a letter, trying to say it again to young people. I understand where you're coming from, and I understand that people thought it was over. And if it's okay for him and he's going to get protected by the Prime Minister, then it's okay for me. But as I say, we have to take our own personal responsibilities on board.
Yeah, indeed. Dawn, I'm going to let you get on with your very busy schedule, and I just thank you ever so much for taking the time out to speak to Lifestyle. Do take care of yourself, and we will talk again before the end of the year, no doubt. Keep on doing what you're doing, because you're doing very well.
I love you. Thank you very much. Take care, Pam.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much. Dawn Butler at Labour MP Brent Central. Great. We're going to go for a little wee break now, and not a wee. I mean, just a small break. Anyway, see you soon. Now, many Black business owners would actually tell you that they always seem to have faced fierce challenges and struggles. The experiences in the UK is like that, hurdles every which way you turn. But the current race relations climate, with that here right now, could there be a turning point? Could businesses utilise this situation for their benefit? Well, joining us this week, we've got a group of like-minded business people, and who may be able to answer that question for us, possibly. So let me introduce Donna, Spence and Shaq D, creators of Blackout Day. Hello. Hello there. Hi.
Donna's not here yet. Well, she's here, but she's just gone out. 1 second.
Has she gone for a wee break?
I didn't tell her a word.
A wee break. Also, we should have with us as well. We'll let her come in when she's ready. Alden McCalla from the Federation of Small Businesses. Alden, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you. I can see everybody.
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you guys.
Excellent, excellent. Now, do we also have John Downie? So we're going to be having. I think Shaq D's just gone off to get Donna Spence. But we've just said, and if you heard the intro, did you hear the intro? I kind of moved this onto a kind of theme where we're talking about Black businesses in the climate, the struggles, yeah, we all know about the struggles, we all know about the hurdles, but we're looking at what's happening now with the BLM movement and how to perhaps, using this phrase, utilize what's happening with that, for the benefit of whatever we're into, to try and get discussions going on and to try and promote whatever we're doing or push for what we want. Yeah. So having said that, Donna, there you are. Did you go paddle your nose?
I went to paddle my nose. It's the wig, really, honey.
Lovely to see you.
You too.
I'm going to say, to kick off for the benefit of our viewers, a little bit about yourself. So, because only lady there, so I'm going to kick off with Donna, Spence and Shaq. Just tell us a bit about Blackout Day.
Do you want to go?
Yeah, you go. Ladies first.
So Blackout Day is on the 7th of July, and basically it's on that day we're supposed to be just looking after our own community, spend no money other than our own community. And from Sister Sadice said that if we spent £10, we take up 3% of the community in the UK, and if we spent £10 a week if our community, that's like 1.9 billion. So Shaq and I have been probably for the last 5 to 8 years, consistently spending weekly in our community to make that happen. We go out of our way. And I think now is the time that people are now waking up and doing that. They're actually spending money, going out of their way to spend money. There's lots of Black businesses. We just need them to make sure they give us great customer service and deliver what they say they're going to do.
Okay, nice one. That's the intro for that one. Let's get to Johnny. John, talk to us about SABA, S-A-B-A, SABA. What does it stand for?
Society for the Advancement of Black Arts, now in the 20th year and going stronger than ever. And I support all the things that are happening. I do realize that, as a community, there's some issues that we have to deal with. I like the movement that's going on. And I'm here hopefully for another 20 years,
Amen.
Excellent. Alden McCalla, Federation of Small Businesses. Let's hear a bit more.
So firstly, just to change that, I'm actually a self-employed business consultant with a contract with the Federation of Small Businesses to push the membership of them. And personally for myself, I've been a self-employed business person for over 20 years, run some successful businesses. Once obviously a Black-owned smaller business myself, that met these trials and tribulations, and now I consult small little businesses myself, a lot of them Black-owned, into moving away from pitfalls and getting to where you need to get to.
And where you need to get to. So the first things to say, you've all said what you're into, what you're doing. So the first thing to be said, in the climate we're in now, how can we utilize that with our own individual sort of goals? Who wants to start off first?
Yeah,
go on, you go on.
I'll speak. I think what is important is that obviously with what's happened, you see an uprising, and we've seen different people posting different videos with different dates, with the same sort of message, saying that we need to spend in our own community the power of our own money. And I think the most important thing is to keep that going. We've got dates, but we need to then come up with more dates. We need to come up with more initiatives, and just got to keep it going, because what will happen, or what's happened in the past, is that things like this just peter out, and then another 4 years, something happens, someone else dies or something like that, and there's a big uprising. So it needs to be a continuous thing.
I actually think that it's going to happen that way, because the millennials have taken over. The millennials have kicked in and gone, because I think the next day after this is like August. There's another date already booked in for August. So I think the millennials are going to make that difference. So I agree. I totally agree with what Shaq's saying.
Yeah, okay. Okay, then. Let's have it, John.
Yeah, well, I was going to jump in and say, it's a funny thing. Human nature is a funny thing, I mean, if you look at experiences in America, and when they had the situation of, they call it like the Negro baseball league then at the time, and it was so strong before integration, and then when integration came and they accepted, the greats like Jackie Robinson and so on into the mainstream leagues and so on, what happened was our people went to the mainstream, okay? So we have to realize that we need to support ourselves.
Yes.
And if we can continue to support ourselves and don't kind of worry about or don't look to, you know, what the mainstream are offering, come back to ours, whatever is the situation. Because what I find is, you know, in my 20 years ups and downs doing stuff, you know, as I said, your skin folk aren't always your kinfolk, you know, and being black isn't just the thing. So as a business, we have to strive and give the customer services and you know, give the people what they want. And then the people have to bear in mind, you know, what is it that they actually want. So when another way of saying it, when we want to be at the master's table all the time, you know, we have our own table. Let's eat off our own table and do our thing. So we gotta kind of, it's the human nature thing, you know. It's a funny thing. It's not straightforward, but more power to us, and let's keep supporting our own.
Yeah.
Alden?
Yeah, I agree with both the sentiments that were said before me. I think that as small businesses ourselves, what we really need to do is we've got to step up ourselves and get more professional as businesses ourselves. I know that a lot of us are doing well, a lot of small businesses are doing well, but you know, we've got to deserve. We should spend money, obviously, within ourselves, of course, and boost ourselves. But we've got to push ourselves so we're better at what we do.
Yes.
And you know, become more efficient in what we do. If we get better, we cover our businesses better, and we push ourselves better and support, then we'll reach a lot further than what we reach. Because, quite frankly, I mean, I work with the Federation of Small Businesses, and I've been into a lot of small businesses out there, and some are really cosmetically great-looking businesses. But when it comes to the underground, the legal, looking after yourself, what you know, have you signed the right lease with your landlord? Have you got your taxes sorted out? It crumbles. And to be frank with us, to bring businesses up, we've got to get ourselves more educated. We've got to work with more of our legal guys. Get with our legal guys and get our standards really, really high. So that when we go, we're not just going there to give our brothers and sisters a pound. We're going there because we're saying, yeah, this guy, he's got the best food. This guy, you know, does the best, you know, has the best laundry. This guy, you know, is the best mortgage broker out there. You know what I mean? So it's a double-edged sword.
It is, and I understand that. And one of the key things I heard Donna say quite early on was about customer service. I got to tell you the truth. I've always been, you know, I've just been very angry about my people. When I step into a shop, I basically smiled at. Can I help you?
Thank you.
You, you know, because then the warmth's there already, and then you feel as if, you know, I'm welcome. I want to browse. I do want to come into this place. It's a very heartfelt thing. I'm not saying it's just our own people. I'm saying it's others as well. There's other people in the community, the Asian community and the English community that can have that horrible effect. But my own people, when I've walked into your store, to buy your goods, yeah, I do expect one-on-one to have the
Totally.
So I've got to tell you about something. I went into a store, a clothes store in Harleston. As you know, they started to open now just last week. I didn't even know this lady was there. And I was taken aback. She was just so warm. She was so lovely. And she made myself and my daughters step into the shop. We were just at the window. And she came and she goes, "No, come on, step in."
Right.
And, you know, just that alone, and we've gone in and we've purchased a couple of gowns from her. That alone, that is key. It's about learning your business. It's like learning your tax, learning everything you just said, Alden. But it's also about the basics. It's about the smile, the warmth.
We can buy it
as well.
We will buy anything. Give us customer service. I might go into a shop and just want to spend £5, but because of the customer service, I will spend 10, 20, 30 pounds, because it's all about that customer service. Give me a smile, make me feel welcome, and we'll be fine. What I find sometimes when another race walks into a black store, they will treat them with more kindness than they would treat us. And I have a problem with that. I've been told many times I can't say that on video. And I'm like, no, I'm going to. Some of the reasons why we stopped doing some of the videos and filming, because we've been doing that 4 or 5 years, is because of that. Because I was like, I can't put my name to something because people go by our names and you're not delivering a service.
But sometimes it was down to the fact that we tell them that we're coming to film their business and they're not ready, or they're not. You can't give us a time, and we're doing you a favor. We're doing you a service for nothing, and you just can't be there.
Yeah, there was a few of those. You told them you were coming, and they would say, yeah, turn up, it's all calm, and all this behavior, and you're like, no, but we're doing you a favor. After we've done the video and they start hitting 48K hits, then they're coming back to you like, oh wow, and you're like, do you understand how powerful this is? And people are traveling from Manchester. You're going to be based in Brixton, say, and people are coming from Manchester. They're coming from all over to support. That's how powerful we are as a people. If only we just gave customer service and exactly what Alden had said, make sure everything's in place. Get a good accountant. Make sure you can't do everything. You cannot do everything. Do what you're best at and let somebody else do the rest of the work.
Indeed. Okay, John, I think you wanted to.
I can concur with what everyone is saying, you know, because as I said, I wouldn't be here 20 years if I wasn't doing the right things. And a lot of what you see in the corner there, we have the Cyber Charity Network, up there, and that's a network of organizations. We actually help fund and help start up small businesses, all right? And then there's so many times where we've got the funding for people, and the short-termism, you know, the lack of planning and the bad customer care, you know, I can say out of 100, 99 of them fail.
Yeah.
Over 20 years, and I'm not lying. You know what I mean? And it's something that we've been doing for 20 years. So as I'm saying, your skin folk aren't your kinfolk. It's not just your skin, it's what you have in here, what you have in your business that counts. So it's not because it's going to work. As everyone's saying, you got to have the planning, you got to have the customer care, do all the right things to make your business grow.
Yeah. It's all a combination of things. Alden, it is a combination of things, but we can, the young ones coming up now. They want to be entrepreneurs. They have ideas. Yeah. So again, it's setting a reel of things. It's not just one thing. It's a reel of things together, and this is important. So. Where can they go to? All
right. Here's what I love about the young people, right? Because UK Unsigned is the main project from Cyber Network into music, helping unsigned artists, etc. This generation now, I'm really proud of them because they haven't waited. Okay, if you go on, and this is no disrespect to my generation and whatever. Yeah. Yeah. I think sometimes my generation may have dropped the ball. Because if I go on YouTube now and I look up the young artists, I will see the video, I will see all their socials, I can contact them. If I see those from my generation, I might hear the track, I can't see no video. But trying to call them is I tell you, you see here, the High Crec Awards, Hidden Creative Economy Awards, and it was to recognize.
Let's see it. I can't see it. Let me see it. Lift it up.
You can't lift it up.
Hidden Creative Economy.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was an award. Sorry. Oh, that right.
No, it is. What it is this, right?
For that.
Okay. Hidden Creative Economy. It's to recognize the people in our community who've been in the creative industries without mainstream support or recognition. Okay. We've been doing it for 10 years. We had to scale it down because some of our people are so hard to reach. And once you get them, they think it's, I'm not knocking them, right? No. But what I'm saying is these youths now, I can contact any of them, no problem. And I think it's the culture. I think the youths now are just into a culture where they just make it happen. No excuses. Is this the way to do it? They just do it. Where maybe ours, because we didn't have a culture before us to say, right, set the platform, we kind of did it more on a hustle. But trust me, these youths now are on the music and the creative industries, they're on it. So enough respect to the youths, definitely.
I think we done that to them though. I think because we pushed the youths and said, no, look, don't do what we do, go for it. So that came from us. I have to say, I think that came from us.
For real. Alden, I was just going to say that the Federation of Small Businesses, that's a portal, isn't it? That's a port of call, if you will, that,
Well, it is. I mean, one of the reasons why I work with Federation of Small Business, why I have a contract, why I push the membership with them, is because the membership actually works. I mean, we're talking about 45 years worth of an organization actually experimenting and actually working out what is right for businesses. Now, if you leave London and you go to some of the, let's use the word whitest areas. I'm not even going to, I'm talking about demographics. They're all members. They've all benefited by being members of the Federation of Small Businesses, saving their businesses, saving tax investigation protection when the tax man walks in the door. A dodgy landlord, he gets taken to court, and he's, and these are things that we don't really get. So that's the reason why I work with that organisation, to push that organisation onto guys like us, because we actually need that. That work's already done for us. Now, when it comes to the business side, which is the personal kind of nuances that we have as black businesses, which actually are different to other businesses, then that's a different story altogether. That's a different type of consultancy altogether. Because if I told you some of the horror stories that happened to guys like us out there, you just wouldn't believe it. I'll give you one story if you don't mind. There's a solicitor that works in Tottenham. Now, this is a Nigerian solicitor. Now, she called up the Federation of Autism begging for help because basically she got injured. She got ill. She spent 6 months in hospital. Now, her landlord went on her hospital bed to get her last rent from her.
Wow.
The next month, he thought she was going to die. So he changed the locks on the door and completely gave a new lease to a new person. And she had to come out of hospital and call somebody because she was locked out of her own business. Now, this is in London.
Wow.
And she's a solicitor. We got her back into her place.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It makes sense.
No, there's lots of them. The thing is, there's lots of them. There's lots of it because we have the entrepreneurial spirit, but what we need is backbone. We need the legal stuff. I mean, there's people out there that they're not filing the taxes right.
Yeah.
It's not ignorance. Some people just don't understand it. They haven't got that kind of education. And one of the biggest things with our businesses is being ripped off by so-called consultants. Guys see somebody, they've just got a loan from the bank. Oh, the website's $3,000. When it could get £500. And you'd be surprised the amount of money that's being handed over.
Yeah. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go for a short because we've got questions that we had asked our viewers from last week to pose for you guys. So we've got questions. So pose yourselves. You're on the hot seats, to you guys. So we'll see you in a couple of ticks.
Okay, brilliant.
Thanks for coming back to us here on the Lifestyle Show. We're still here with our movers and shakers. We've got Donna, Spence and Shaq, Blackout, Tuesday. Oh, the Blackout. Is it the Blackout?
Blackout. I think it's Blackout. I think it's
It
Blackout Day.
It started with the Black Friday, when we had Black Friday 4 years ago, and I don't think that we black people understood what Black Friday was all about. So we said we're going to turn it into a positive and say on that day we're going to go and shop black. We're not going to go into any local electrical shop and pick up a television for £200 that was apparently £400 the day before and get ripped off. So we tried to put a positive spin on it.
So Blackout Day is basically maybe just after payday. The first in the month after payday, Blackout Day.
It's the 7th of December, so it's next week Tuesday.
For that one, but are you doing it monthly?
Well,
we're not actually the people behind Blackout Day. It came from America. We just happened to tag on from doing our Black Friday.
Okay.
So I've got my thing about it being on a Tuesday because I think that's the day of the week that does the less sales. That's why I think that was given to us. I don't think that we made that happen. Black Day is.
I'll tell you what, Donna, for me, 7th of the 7th reminds me of a certain incident in London.
Well, that's right.
Oh,
yeah. People have said that as well. Yeah. People have said that as well.
And my late father's birthday as well.
So you'll never forget that.
I can't forget that.
Okay. And Alden McCalla, consultant with the Federation of Small Businesses. So here's the first question. Courtney from Dunstable asks, what's needed in this country is more financial business support from banks and other lenders. We need to start lobbying government to set up some sort of a BAME business startup initiative. Alden.
Yeah, I think it's obvious that is right, but the thing what we really need is the consultants, the people out there who've got the expertise to show you how to spend that money.
Yeah.
Because once you've got that money in your hands, you'd be surprised how much of it just goes, and the next year you've got nothing.
Exactly.
Because you've got no expertise on the way to spend it. And quite frankly, some people just want it for the sake of it, just to think that they've got it.
Yeah.
And then the funds go somewhere that's got nothing to do with the business whatsoever.
Yeah.
But it might seem like it's got something to do with the business. So without sounding negative, of course, get more funding. It's great. Get more funding, you can build more businesses. But it's got to be responsible business people. And I'm not talking about the most educated. I'm talking about the ones who are prepared to listen to somebody that's done it already, or have the skills to do it themselves. Otherwise, that money is going to go through a dead hole, through a black hole. It's going to be gone.
He's right. Totally right.
Yeah, you know what I like about this conversation? We're being real and we're being honest, okay? It's not just about the money. As I said, supporting startups is what we do. The concept of the hidden creative economy, it hasn't just been about giving people awards. It's about giving people a start as well. And I can attest to what Alden is saying. Just having the money ain't it.
It's right.
Getting the expertise of budgeting and planning and forecasting and having a longer term vision of what you really want to do. So, the money is good, because the other thing as well is what those with the ideas aren't always able to access the startup that they need. So it is important, but it's not the only thing.
I agree. I totally agree with that. I think that, what I want to ask to probably Alden is, what if they take a grant, a loan, and a small business takes a loan, and like you said, the money goes quickly, and they don't. I think they've got about a year before they pay it back, don't they, or something?
Well, you're
what
talking
happens when they pay it back?
The bounce back loan. All right, so the bounce back loan was an initiative was actually pushed by the Federation of Small Businesses, because the loan before that was called Sybil's, and the banks didn't want to pay it because the government only guaranteed 80%. So we lobbied government, and we got it so that every business person, even people just setting up their businesses, could raise up to get between £2,000 and £50,000 based on 25% of your profits throughout the year, or projected profits. Now, I can tell you, quite frankly, from now, that there's people out there that have got a lot more money than what they should have got.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the thing is with that, you do get a year where you don't pay anything, and then you get 6 years where you pay 2.5%.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a quick analogy. If you borrowed 4,000, you turn over 16,000, you borrowed 4,000, you'd pay £70, something like that, back every month for 6 years after 1 year. So if you push it up, then it's an attractive proposition. It's a very, very attractive proposition for businesses. Now, businesses are borrowing this money. Businesses are actually calling me saying, listen, what do you think I should get? And I'm saying, well, what do you need? I mean,
right.
What kind of question is that?
They're thinking about the red bottom shoes. That's what they're thinking about. And that's the problem.
Let me just at least get one more in, because we're running out of time now. This is quick, but I've got to get this in because somebody's seen your video, Donna and Shaq. Janice from Neasden, she's seen your video. And so in your video, you talk about the way Americans spend, and that they spend it in their community. And the Jews and the Jews says, I think the way Black people spend money over here could be very different to the way our American brothers and sisters do. I don't think we spend unnecessarily, and I think we rarely tend to buy the things we really need. Whereas I think African Americans are more likely to use and to spend big time.
Okay, so I'll do this one part of this. So having lived between here and America, when we follow America, so we buy just as much foolishness as they do. They buy absolute rubbish and we do exactly the same. In fact, lockdown is really helpful.
No, I'm going to cut you back because I want you to tell us about it, because people that she's seen it, other people haven't. I've seen it. What is it that she's talking about? Because you guys you got a report about the black American dollar.
Jewish guy, yeah.
Dollar, and they just quickly tell us that.
Okay, so a Jewish businessman was interviewed many, many years ago, and the first thing he said is that all African American people know about is consumption. So that means spend, spend, spend. And then he went on to say how many times a dollar will get cycled in the Jewish community, the Asian community, and they were like 19 days, 20 days, etc., etc. But in the black community, that dollar left the community within 6 hours.
That's it.
Yeah. So I think in order for us to keep the money in our community longer, we need a UK version of Tulsa.
Yeah. You better explain Tulsa.
You know about Tulsa, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
You can explain to us about Tulsa, mate.
But everybody else may know.
So basically, Tulsa in America, in Tulsa, they had their own communities. They had everything, all the shops. They had planes. They had churches, taxis, everything you could want. And upon they accused this black guy of sexually assaulting a white lady, and the police took him in. They burnt the place to the ground. So, and I think we've been scarred from that, and we need another version of that.
But I think it's happening. I think slowly, like having the conversation we're having, like, you know, John, I've known for probably the 20 years. I'm lucky enough to get one of those awards.
I was going to say, a well-deserved recipient. Yeah.
I was very lucky. And I would say he's been saying this for years. And I think that we are slowly getting there. The Black Pound Day, which happened only Saturday gone, proved it. You know, it came up within about 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, they flooded social media. The youngsters, like John said, these youngsters are on it, and bam. And I think that that's what's going to happen. We're going to have our Black Wall Street. We are not. What I was trying to explain to white people generally was like, I don't have to hate your culture to love mine. It's cool. We spend in yours, come and spend in ours. We're very much like, come and spend.
There's lots of people in the Black Lives Matter protest, white people that are out there protesting with us. So I said, invite them in to spend money with us. And when you're talking about with the customer service, I think if you go into a black-owned shop and you don't get the customer service, don't just go and say, I'm not shopping black. Don't go to that shop. Go to the next one. Yeah. But that's what I think we've done over the years. It's like, right, because you get a bad experience in that West Indian takeaway, then you say, well, all West Indian takeaways
are the same. And you know, one of the things with one of the takeaways, there's one that's open 24 hours in South London. And now some people would say, oh, the food's not good. Some people would say not, but they have customer service and they're open 24 hours. And so they give you a service. Like, if you think about back in the day, it was only the Asian shop that was open at the corner. Every other shop was closed on a Sunday. So he might have charged you 30 pence more, and your vet, you had to pay the 30 pence more, but he gave you a service. And you went and got what you had to get, kissing your teeth afterwards, but you went and got what you had to get.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in very quickly with a few words. And I think what's happening is I kind of sense a cultural change.
Yes.
Because when people say Americans spend this and we do it differently and all the rest of it, in some respects, you know, if you look at the history of ancestors or forefathers who came here in the 50s or whatever, a lot of us came to work, and I know my dad worked in a factory, my mum was a nurse. So business wasn't on their mind. Whereas black people in Jamaica, where my parents are from, you know, there is a strong middle class of black people owning businesses. Yeah. So it's the culture of, you know, what you're about. And it's not just the skin. But what makes sense now, the culture is changing, entrepreneurial. People are aware about, you know, how business work. You know, the education of how the black pound stays in the community needs to be spread about and taught to people. So there's a cultural change, and I think that it will be to our benefit and the benefit of our own economy.
I agree.
No, we're really going to have to leave. So the last thing we have to say is everyone give out, please, very quickly, their social media outlets. Starting with.
Awesome. I want to tell you what you have to say.
Here you go, please.
Here you go.
I can't hear, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you want to come in with a last thing? Very, very. You have to be very brief.
Okay, what do you want to say? What about what?
Oh,
Anything?
okay. I thought you had something to say.
I
Something.
thought you want to say something.
No. What I wanted to say was this. So I did want to say something. What I want to really say is that this time right now is a definite opportunity. Definite opportunity for businesses out there to really make themselves grow. If you look at something quite simply like retail, now unfortunately a lot of retail shops are going to go out of businesses, and the landlords need rent. They need money. They're desperate for money. So basically, there's going to be no covenant. You're going to be able to walk into a business. If you've got good ideas, get 2 or 3 guys together, do a deal with the shop, set yourself up upstairs, maybe set your wholesale or your online upstairs, and then brand the shop and then sell. It's a buyer's market right now. It's buyers for us. They need us a lot now. We can go into place, business unit, and it's a time to strike and get ourselves proper. That's all I want to say.
Excellent. Well, you can also end up with saying your social media details.
Social media is Alden McCalla, just Alden McCalla Facebook, Alden McCalla Biz, and LinkedIn is just Alden McCalla, just LinkedIn.
Excellent. Thank you, Alden. Johnny.
Yeah, just look at UK Unsigned. 20 years, we're all over the place. UK Unsigned, it's up there. Yeah. Part of the Cyber Charity Network.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Donna and Shaq, please.
Official Donna Spence at Instagram, and Donna Spence Comedian on Facebook.
Everything is DJ Shaq D, SHAQD, DJ Shaq D.
That's it.
Thank you ever so much, all of you. Thank you.
Thank
you, guys.
Yeah, take care of yourself. Guys. And we'll see you soon, no doubt. Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Okay, right. We're going to go a bit more entertaining. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, welcome back to Lifestlye with me, Pam Joseph. Right, talking about us being, virtual, remote, and everything else. Well, there's other things that's been virtual, other, programs on the TV, other events, and a huge event, the Screen Nation event, is going to be virtual as well, but it's going to still happen. So, joining me today, the host of this year's Screen Nation Awards, Raquel Apaya. Raquel Apaya. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
And thanks for joining us. My gosh, this is huge. Screen Nation. And we're all getting used to this, Raquel. We're all getting used to this. But what a thing to happen that we can still make it happen, virtual Absolutely. Or not. Yeah. So this is going to be very interesting to hear what you have to say in the next sort of like 10 minutes or so, because this is rather juicy. First of all, it's in 2 segments. So I'm going to let you explain all about Screen Nation Awards 2020.
Yeah, sure, no problem. So yeah, Screen Nation's Awards have gone virtual. We're going to have the Screen Nation Digital is Media Awards streaming on Sunday, the 5th of July. So that is basically the little brother to the big brother of the Screen Nation Film and Television Awards, which will be taking place a week later on the 12th of July. So the Digitalist Media Awards will be celebrating Black British creatives in entertainment within, the online and digital media industry. And then the Film and Television Awards is, the big brother. So it's the traditional, classic, very high profile film and television awards, but both equally as important. And we've got surprises and lots of exciting things to come on both award shows.
It is like that. But for some of the viewers, let's just say this, they may not know about the Screen Nation Awards. This may be the first time they're hearing about it. So give us a little brief about the Screen Nation Awards. I mean, it's been up for years, but let's just talk about, what is it there for, and who is it sort of like representing and rewarding?
Absolutely, absolutely. So the Screen Nation Film and Television Awards have been around for 15 years. So the 2020 awards is milestone 15th annual award show. So that's really exciting. I'm super excited to be hosting, on a milestone year. So we've been around for 15 years. The Digital is Media Awards, like I said, is a little brother. It's young and trendy and fun. And that tends to represent, the audience, engaging with online content and digital content. So that's been going 6 years, and it's a celebration on both award shows. It's a celebration of Black excellence. So celebrating Black talents in digital media and in film and television. Historically, we haven't been recognized in other awards shows and in other in productions and things like this. So the Screen Nation is the first European award show celebrating Black talent on the screen. So it's massive.
Yeah, just interestingly enough, I just heard a little snippet that the people behind the Oscars in America have invited over 70, if you will. I'm not going to say they're exactly Black, but sort of minority ethnic types of people. I think most of them are Black. To sit on board, invited them in to actually, judge, look and see the nominees and look at this category and what have you. Long time in the making, but at least better late than never.
Exactly, it's a step in the right direction. It's overdue. We should be there already. But we must be positive, I guess, and acknowledge the progress that has been made.
Indeed. The only thing now, we hope that the BAFTAs will follow suit and do the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So come on, Raquel, let's talk about some names here. So you said about, like, in the first week. So we're talking about Sunday the 5th of July. We've got this small screen short stories. These are the categories for that one.
Exactly. So we've got so many different categories for the Digital is Media. We've got best online web series, best podcast, best digital radio. So all the shows that we've come to enjoy, online, will be represented. Best online comics, content creators, personalities. So it's really, really exciting.
Really exciting. My daughter is actually involved in one of those, and I think it's something to do with awareness, and it's she was featured in one of these awareness programs, if you will, about sexual what have you, if you will, and they acted out a part to do with contraception and things like that. And she was acting in it, and then she goes, "Oh, Mum, the thing I was in, I've been, the Screen Nation Awards," and I said, "Well done."
That's fantastic.
So absolutely fantastic, and so even the little things matter as well to have that.
Absolutely.
Very important. Very important.
Absolutely. And this year there is a strong focus on bringing emerging talent through. Which is why I even find myself hosting, and I feel pretty honoured and privileged. I'm an actress and presenter and social creator, coming up, in the industry. I'm very early on in my career, and to be given, such a platform like this, Screen Nation are definitely, doing their part, in putting.
Yeah, and you're an inspiration, because what is good is that you're reflective of the young ones. So when they see you up there and you're actually hosting the whole thing, and they see you up there, it's a reflective thing to themselves. And this is what we need. We need, the younger ones coming in, showing your, what you're about. And then even the younger ones to you, this is you're a role model. This is it.
Yeah, you definitely feel that, because I know how I felt when I saw, people that looked like me on the big screen when I was growing up, and the impact they had on me. And I can definitely say there weren't enough, but I would hold on to the ones that I would see.
Yeah, that's it. We would, but the big one, right? So the big one.
Yes.
The nominations have been released now for sort of best actor, best film, and
Yes.
Can you give us some names? Come on, Raquel.
Yes. I have them up for you already. So we have, bear with me. Where has it gone?
You see what you do, what everyone does when they're about to open the envelope. You keep us all in suspense. You know exactly what's there. But you all keep us in suspense. Oh, bear with me. Let me. It's good. I know there's going to be some great names there.
Yeah. So we have this is really exciting. We have best male performance in TV. We have the likes of Damson Idris in Snowfall. We have the likes of Kano, Top Boy. We have Michael Ward again, Top Boy. Noel Clarke in Bulletproof. So yeah, we've got some really big names. For best female performance in film, we've got the likes of Naomi Harris Black. We've got Bemisola Ikemulu, Gugu Mbatha Raw, Cynthia Erivo, Ella Belinska. So yeah,
these are names. These are real names. We have real names. What about the production side of things? So the actual films or the directors and things like that. What have we got? What kind of names are we looking at there?
Yes, we actually even have an awards where we will be celebrating and acknowledging rising stars for those behind the scenes, so the crew. So that is something that I found really powerful, because it's so easy to forget about, those who are, behind the scenes. But, without them, these productions aren't possible. And to acknowledge those, that are rising talents in this category was pretty brilliant. So rising stars for crew, we've got Aki Omashebi, Martin Gentles, Medumi Nkemi, Nosa Eke, and Remy Weeks.
These things go on and on. Do you find that there's a lot of sort of like, I think, a level of female in even in the acting and behind the scene, a level of females and males?
Sorry?
Am I doing it right? There's a level now. It seems to be like quite level.
Yeah.
The acting bit and even behind the scenes. It's something more, because once upon a time it used to be male dominated. That's why I'm saying it.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean? Exactly. I like the way it's sounding now. It's all good. This is important for our community. So spell that out, how important it is for us to give our own selves the back.
Especially in light of everything that's going on with the Black Lives Matter movement. We have been literally, during this season bombarded with the realities. The global Black community, have been hit by all the content that's going around, and we need uplifting. We need this award show is a reminder of the good that is still happening despite all that we see, and to just encourage us to just keep the hope and to keep pushing in whatever sphere we find ourselves in, because things are getting better, and it's never been a better time to be a Black creative. And so we really hope to just bring some positivity, to just bring some hope.
We have to, and with the likes of yourself, and as I keep saying, the young ones coming up, my daughter as well, and things like that. This is good, and I don't know if you was hearing the panel before talking about the young ones steaming in, and the young ones are saying, we're not waiting around. We're going for it, and this is what I love, and we want to see that. So we're really looking forward to the Screen Nation. So give us times. And where we log in and things like that.
Get if you're on Instagram, check out @Screen Nation, and you can click the link in their bio and register via Eventbrite, or you can Google Screen Nation Awards 2020, or go on Eventbrite and search Screen Nation Awards 2020. The event will come up. You will register for the event, and then we will send you the link. There'll be a live streaming of the award show.
That's brilliant. And the following Sunday is the same thing, around the same time as well?
Exactly. Yeah. So Sunday, the 5th of July, and Sunday, the 12th of July.
Brilliant. Have a great time. I know you will. And we're going to try and get on board as well, you know, LinkedIn and everything, and just raring it all on. We just love the Screen Nation Awards, and, you know, have a great time. And I know you will, and I know you'll do fantastically well. What can I say? Keep in touch with us. Before the end of the year's out, you need to be back on the show. We're talking about yourself, about what you're doing.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, we want it happening.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Raquel, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, excellent. Screen Nation Awards, you know, missing that. What a great host, and how great she's going to be. And when we get back to reality, Norm, next year, she'll be actually live on stage as well with all of this going on. Absolutely brilliant. Love to see the young ones doing it and really getting on there. Right. We're going to take a short break. We're keeping it entertainment style. And we're going to be joining the Dark Persuader. See you shortly.
Would you like to be a top 10 model for World Afro Day 2020? Are you bored at home and looking for some inspiration? Then this competition could be for you. Anyone in the UK with Afro hair, aged 6 to 18, any size, any height can enter. The prize is a magazine shoot. Award-winning stylist team Purely Natural will be doing your hair. You'll be starring in a celebration film and get special coaching in September from US modelling sensation Soleil West and Scottish supermodel Eunice Olamide. This is not about breaking into modelling, but about loving your natural hair. Just send us a video of your home catwalk and tell us why we should celebrate World Afro Day. Plus, even your friends can send a supporter clip too.
I would like my friend Ellie to be a top 10 model.
Anyone under 18 needs parental permission. Please see full terms and conditions at worldafroday.com/model.
Hi, and welcome back to the Lifestyle Show with me, Pam Joseph. I am about to be joined by my co-host, Anthony Jordan, aka the Dark Persuader. We're going to go all entertainment style, and this is the point where I kind of ease back and he takes over. He takes over the driving wheel.
I will try to. Well done. Loved it. That was a really great debate. It has you thinking of all the stuff that can go on. Screen Nation. I will be talking to Jade later, so I'm looking forward to touching on that one. That will be huge. Yeah. And Dawn Butler, it's been top to bottom great stuff. Okay, Pam, thank you very much. Have a longer than a wee brick. Okay, see you later. Okay, right now it's an honor and a pleasure to I'm talking to a nominee right now. So I will be calling forward the one, the only Miss Jade Marie Joseph. Hey Jade, how's it going?
It's going good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I've asked everyone, I have to ask you. How did you feel when you found out?
Well, so I think I was on Instagram, and then I was looking at one of my cast members' Insta stories, and then I saw that Girlsplained was up, but I thought it was for the director alone. So I was thinking, oh, that's still sick, but I didn't think it had anything to do with the film together. And then I said, hold on, is it for the film or is it for just director? And she's like, no, the film. I said, what? So yeah, man, that was sick. That was sick.
That's big. No, yeah. Congratulations. I'm very, very happy to hear that. I'm not taking your thunder or anything like that, but I remember when Lifestyle was like nominated for a Screen Nation. I was like, wow. So I could kind of feel it, but this was, this is you. Yeah. I was going to say this was just me, but you acted, you played out the role, and people recognized the skill that you brought with that. So that is amazing, and I feel touched and honored right now to be able to I feel like it's an exclusive. Am I right in saying this is an exclusive interview right now?
Yeah, 100%.
Big. Oh, love it. So tell us, Jade, what I heard there's some big stuff going on in the world of Jade Marie Joseph.
Yeah. So I've got nothing to show because things are kind of getting busy again. So I was on set for the first time in months yesterday for a very, very interesting project coming up. It's called BCM, which stands for Believe, Conquer, Motivate, the movie. And it's an artist by the name of Vils. And it's a very sad story. You know, things are going well, but then I play the mother of my son in the film, and due to certain circumstances, ends up on the wrong path. Things go horrendously wrong just when things were about to start going right, just because of one wrong decision. So yeah, it's promoting his mixtape, but I just love how he's incorporated film with music, and I love the message behind it. It's kind of like, you know, no matter what you face, no matter what obstacles are coming your way, try your best to stay on the right path and things will work out. You know, don't get to go down left, right, and yeah. So yeah, it should be coming out in August. And then I've got another project in the next 2 weeks, filming that as well. Once again, I play a mother. These mum roles are interesting, I can't lie. Especially not having any, yeah, they're interesting. So to say.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, have you taken any inspiration from a certain mother that we've seen earlier on in the show in playing this role?
Damn right. I literally took my mom and I said, yeah, I'm going to put all of that into this role that I did yesterday. Certain parts definitely not, because she didn't believe in dreams. She doesn't believe in her son aspiring to things that basically she does not believe in. She's like, you know, be stable, get a proper job. And my mom's never done that to me. So that's where they differ a lot. My mom's always supported me. So yeah.
No, that's nice. That's nice. So how did you come about getting these roles? Is these part of these virtual auditions that we've been hearing about from you?
So this one is, and this is why networking and building up contacts is highly important. This one, I'm lucky enough, I didn't have to audition for. No. I was contacted by the producer to get on board, and then it's the same producer that's also got me on board for the next one in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, just kind of building up those contacts, and then you will find yourself, yeah, you still have to audition for some things, but you'll find yourself, you know, sometimes just being called in if they feel like you're the right person for the job. So that's always an honor when I get that. And then when I got on set, I didn't realize he just kept saying the client, so I didn't know who it was. Then when I got on set and then I started obviously mixing and mingling with the people and the artist who actually is holding the whole thing, didn't realize how big some of them were actually. So I'm just like, oh yeah, there's that, yeah. And I mean, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, okay. When I looked at their Instagram and their YouTube, I was like, oh, right. You know, so yeah, I love that. I love mixing with people, man. And everyone was just excited to be back on set. It's, yeah, I haven't done anything since March. That's a long time.
No, so that is really big stuff, and congratulations again. One, the networking and the art that you present out there was enough for the producer to call you directly for these. So these are part of a mixtape, did you say? Your first project is part of a mixtape audition?
Yeah, so...
sorry, it's a mixtape video, right? Is that
yeah, mixtape, yeah. So it's mainly a short film, and I think it's mainly more action and talking, but then I think certain bits, there's going to be music over it, which is which will obviously overlay the action, but obviously certain parts will be filmed like slow-mo, you know, like music.
Okay. So am I right in understanding it's not identical, but it's something similar to like your Rap Man's Blue Story and stuff like that? Is it in that kind of sense that you've got a mixtape telling the story with the short film that you've got?
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be something like that, even though he's telling a story, but I think for him it's more about obviously promoting his mixtape. But yes, it definitely has that kind of feel. I think the difference with this is that it will be more talking and more you'll be hearing more, because I think Rap Man kind of just raps the whole thing, and
yeah.
But yeah, I think this one is definitely more you hear us and stuff. But I looked at his other videos last night, and actually he's always seemed to be quite a creative person. He doesn't just do your generic music videos and stuff. He's always got a message in there. He's a very profound artist who just raps about, I think, you know, proper real life and how things have affected him and how to change, you know, be positive and stuff. And that's what we need more of. He's definitely up next. He's gonna blow up. So I'm happy to see that I'm part of this, part of the movement of him soaring.
Perfect. No, I love it. That's some big stuff. Do you have I know it was just yesterday, but is there any release dates that's been put out there at all?
Definitely in August. I know it's in August. I'm not sure about the date as yet, but it's definitely August. It'll all be dropping. BCM the movie.
That sounds big. That sounds big. And do you have a name for the other project as yet, or is that still untitled?
So I've got the other filming in 2 weeks' time. That's for Chance the Movie too. Yeah, if you haven't seen the first one, definitely check it out. Chance the Movie. It's got loads of numbers. It was put up for awards and got coverage on ITV News and stuff. And then I'll be doing a Zoom performance on the 16th of July, playing Bessie Coleman, who was the first woman, African-American woman, just women in general, to attain her international pilot's license in the 1920s.
Nice. Well done. I just feel like it's well done after well done. Like, well done for the nomination, well done for the casting, well done for the second casting, and well done for the third. Like, big stuff are going on, Jade.
Thank you.
Just don't forget me. Yeah.
Definitely not.
Now, you said you haven't got any acts this time to intro. I'm gonna put you on the spot because you saw I done it to Mission Ivory. You are no different. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to ask you, can we get a small extract, if permission permits, yeah, that's one, of your Bessie Coleman, if you don't mind?
Okay, I was thinking I was going to do one, but I might do another little bit, which I think is a bit more powerful. No, actually, I'll just do the first bit. A pair of gold wings are on the lapel of my jacket. My jacket's a sky blue, which my sister puts on me. It's all part of the routine. My sister made me this jacket. It's all part of the show. The Bessie Coleman show, that is. I step out the trailer and I hear the band playing. The crowd are going wild for me. Hello, how are you? Lovely to meet you, sir. Oh, I see a little girl eating the mint chocolate ice cream, and right now I really want one too, but no. Right now is not the time. Right now is showtime.
Yeah! Showtime indeed. Showtime indeed. That was big. That was big. No, I like that. That was powerful. I've got to be honest. I'm like a major comic book geek, and that was my area of films. But then I've really, really fallen in love with biopics. So that gave me the chills and the shivers of something I really want to I can't wait to see, actually. So
yeah.
Well done. Thank you. No, thank you. That's big stuff. So as usual, Jade, let's have your details. Can they find out more from Jade Marie Joseph?
Yes. So once again, my Instagram is at Jade_Titch, and my Twitter is at JadeM_actress, and my Facebook is Jade Marie Joseph. So get at me. It's your girl.
We will. So congratulations. Hopefully next week we'll be seeing the award, but if not, hey, you know, but no, there's no if not right now. We're sticking on the channel of positivity. So best of luck with Screen Nation.
Thank you.
Can't wait to hear more on the recordings that are going on. They all sound really exciting and big stuff. So Jade, thank you very much, and we will catch you next week.
Thank you, Anthony.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Right, that was Jade Marie Joseph with some big news. She's really on stuff at the moment. Hey, you heard it all here first on the Lifestyle Show and the Entertainment Corner. So keep it locked. This is where the places, where stuff happen, where movers and shakers come to chill out. Okay, right now I'm gonna introduce the first video. This one it's actually really weird how the world works out, because this gentleman was on the show with Donna Spence, who was actually part of the Black Lives debate just a few segments ago, and I was actually planning to get in contact with this gentleman, and then unfortunately found out that due to the current pandemic, he actually passed away, and I was really touched by that and hurt by that. He was such a great gentleman. He was fantastic on the Lifestyle show the previous time. This was the video he had out there back then. I am talking about Ty, the rapper, huge in the UK, Nigerian born. He made moves all over, and he's one to be respected. So this is my tribute and my thank you to a great person who done some great stuff in the UK industry for rap. This is Ty, and let's start. Enjoy.
Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. What have come into the room?
They say the sun don't shine forever, but I'm categorized as soft when my actors say I'm tougher than leather. Al Green, let's stay together. Through a mind full of naysayers, see why I still endeavor. Nestled between a rock and a hard place, we cover more notes than a rock guitar case. I don't take any inspiration from Scarface. Never stood still, I even sleep at a fast pace. The Nat King Cole, unforgettable soul that does not walk the path that Johnny Cash controls. Ring the bell, but don't move for whom the bell tolls. Follow fashions, need to run and sell clothes. No popularity contests, I'm trying to make meaningful music, my conquest is under shade. Whoever's on it, feel the sonics far and wide. Close the distance, let's get real platonic and roll.
Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. What have come into the room?
Pulling rabbits out of thin air is not my habit. Please, give me room, let me work my magic. No day off, work straight through the Sabbath. Shake the dice and stroll past snakes and ladders in a rush. Give me the keys to the truck. The road to victory is peace to the mush. To fight the power becomes easy to us. In the midnight hour we turn leaves into dust. Let's skip breakfast at Tiffany's. I'm trying to skip by what you're slipping me. Giving me false hopes of living vividly. Through dusty telescopes you hold timidly. Nah, I refuse this weak imagery. Eating stale food is not obligatory. So let's start this dialogue, cause we're one people reporting to some kind of God. Now let's go!
Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. What have come into the room to do?
Rap circles, rap. Now it's a circus of clowns. Probably rap circles around. Rap. Now it's a circus of clowns. Probably rap circles around. Rap. Now it's a circus of clowns. Probably rap circles around. Rap circles. Rap. Now it's a circus of clowns. Rap circles around. Rap circles. Rap now is a circus of clowns. I probably rap circles around. Rap now is a circus of clowns. I probably rap circles around. Rap now is a circus of clowns. I probably rap circles around.
If you wake, give thanks for every breath. Cause the grave full of people we can't take one. And yesterday gone, tomorrow don't reach yet. So you can still fix where you get wrong. And great people overcome when they press through. So if your will weak, it better get strong. Cause that's just the way life goes. Never give up on us, don't you give up on me. I'll never give up on you, I'm never giving up. In the roughest of times, don't you give up your dreams. Never give up for real, I'm never giving up. Never give up on you, don't you give up on me. And never give up on us, don't you give it up. Cause that's just the way life goes. Yeah, that's just the way life goes. Well, alright, yeah, tell them, say that's just the way life goes. Hey, cause everybody want to win fast, nobody want to win slow. One door lock me suggest, go through the window and bring your people with you. Cause teamwork, me the dream work, me I tell you just in case you never did know. So if you wake another day, give thanks for every breath. God is grateful of people who can't take one. And yesterday gone, tomorrow don't reach yet. So you can still fix where you get wrong. And great people overcome when they press through. So with your will weak, it better get strong. Cause that's just the way life goes. Yeah.
Okay, so that was Kirk Diamond with The Way Life Goes. Big track, Juno Award winner. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Lifestyle Show, the entertainment corner. No matter which part of the show you're looking at, this is where people come and celebrate, have their awards, have their debates. This is the place to be. And if you don't believe me, you can believe the lady I'm about to bring in, Miss Pam Joseph.
Well said, my friend. Of course it is. Of course it is. And lovely entertainment there. And I know we're rushing for time, but I just want to quickly get in there that their big campaign with the BLM back in as well for former footballer, first black footballer that should have joined the England squad, Jack Leslie, Plymouth and Argyle. There is a campaign going on to actually build a statue for this chappie. He died in 1988, but in 1925, he was put up to play in the England squad. And as soon as, you know, the press saw him and his colour of his skin, it was deemed that, no, not quite right, not at this time. You know, so he was actually, you know, it was rescinded for him to play in the England squad. And that is why Viv Anderson ended up being the first black player for the England squad in 1978. But it should have been Jack Leslie. So we're going to be going on for this campaign as well. It's all about raising funds to get a statue of Jack Leslie. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. You know, you need to be recognised one way or another. We can't let injustices prevail.
Exactly.
I think Dawn said that from the top of the show, and from the way all the way down, we've kind of reinforced that. So, no, most definitely agree. I would love to see that, guys. So get supporting on that one. We need to make it happen.
Anthony, we need to give definitely question.
We do.
And Anthony, stop making it hard. Or stop making it easy. I know what you're trying to say.
I mean, there's a part of me that was going to be like, who are we honouring the statue of? But I feel that was just too close. That's just too easy. If you want, we can. If you think that's too easy, I can go back.
Why don't we go back a bit earlier on in the show?
Cool.
Then?
I thought it was too easy. Okay.
Yeah.
So
what
I've
is that
one.
initiative Donna,
Okay.
Spence, Shaq D want to do?
Yeah, I like that one.
What is that name of that initiative that Donna Spence and Shaq D wants to do? And I'll give you the date. It's the 7th of July.
Love it. Love it. All you had to do was pay attention. Sadly, we are in a world where you're also allowed to press the rewind button. So if you didn't, you still have a choice. No. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm just showing that as hard as we make the questions, they are easy. Okay? So you just need to get in there. Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes.
Now, in case family and friends missed today's show, they can always catch up again. And we are on the Sky channel, Ben TV 148. And that is Mondays from 5 p.m. to 7, and also Fridays 10 a.m. to 12 noon.
Sorry, Pam. Sorry to cut you. Are we 148? Has it moved from 458?
Oh my gosh! I'm going back a day. You know what? I'm going back a day. I'm going back to the way
in the hundreds.
It was. Okay, sorry. 458. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Cool.
Oh, that's years ago. 148. Right. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, 458. And so you can watch us there. And then also, don't forget, we are on those platforms. We're on the YouTube Lifestyle Show, Facebook Lifestyle on Ben. You know, we're everywhere. Just like John Downie said, he's everywhere. We're everywhere.
This is how we do. And we're just reconnecting with those from the past. We're connecting with new faces and onwards and upwards is all I can say. So if there is a social media form out there, if we're not on it, we will be on it. So you got your Twitters, you got your Instagrams, you got your Facebooks, you got your YouTubes. We're there. Just read it. There's not much more I could do.
And don't forget, viewers, we continue the BLM panel debates. We're going to have a new set of people next week. Just send in your questions. Some of them will fit. It doesn't really matter. Just send in your questions, post your questions, do all of that going on, because we're going to have movers and shakers every week. Yeah. So whatever you want to talk about, we can devise which ones, you know, are related to the ones, the sort of panel that we have for that week. Just send them through, please. So you can do that via YouTube Lifestyle TV Show, Instagram Lifestyle TV Show, Facebook Lifestyle on Ben, or email us at lifestyleonben@hotmail.co.uk. Keep them rolling, keep them coming in. Comments, whatever you want to say about us and our show, anything that you'd like to say, whether it's positive or negative, just do it. We just need to have your interaction. Do the likes whenever you see us. Get it spread out. Yeah, share them, share it. Share them.
Like and share, guys. Like, share, comment, whatever you want to do to interact with us. We are open to it. The questions coming in so far for the debates have been amazing. Like, we thank you guys for those, but just keep them coming.
Yeah,
there is no us without you.
Anthony, in the confectionery field, we're like the quality streets, right? You know, share.
That's the one. That is the one indeed. That is the one indeed. Yeah. Couldn't have said it better.
Productions, Dargetti Tees, and the management team at Tamaray Event Designers. Don't forget the lifestyle team as well. We just want to say out to you, you know, stay safe, stay strong, and stay blessed. And we're gonna end with what, Ant?
Oh, let's see. How would I like to treat everyone today? You know what? This one, fresh, given to me today, as it was. This is Tipper Irie. Okay, he's gonna say it. So until the next week, enjoy. I'll see you then. Bye.
Stay blessed.
Bye.
Bye.
This is called The Thing. A new world order. A new world order. Around the corner. Hey, I wasn't gonna do it, but they decided to make a tune about the thing. Now, select. A new world order around the corner. People, a new world order. System I get out of order. Hey, I wasn't gonna do it, but they decide to make a tune about the thing. And I call it name, but enough life gone down the trail. Hey, I wasn't gonna do it, but they decide to make a tune about the thing. I'ma say we down to doubt. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, I can't believe in my life I would have seen this. Well, Babylon create a pandemic, and now everybody locked down in a house. Quiet just like a church mouse, and we sing, say. Some say it was a hoax. Some say the virus is real, but no matter what they think, me a turn in a me yard. Now who can't hear them I go feel? I wasn't gonna do it, but me decide to make a tune about the thing. Now call it name, but enough life gone down the drain. Hey, I wasn't gonna do it, but me decide to make a tune about the thing. I'ma say we down to doubt. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, well, as far as I can see, this is a crime on humanity, and there is whole heap of conspiracy. Can we say enough people say a 5G change, but you can keep on put up resistance. I man me a social distance with me alkaline diet, the system clean. Me no want feed vaccine. I wasn't gonna do it,
but we decide to make a tune about the thing. And I call it name, but enough life gone down the drain. Hey, I wasn't gonna do it, but we decide to make a tune about the thing. Now down to doubt, you know what I'm talking about. Rhythm, listen, because I know why they do the things they do to me and you. They want this microchip control with. You know, see the system a whole with. Them want this facial recognition, want control the population. It is a sad situation. I feel sorry for the younger tenor. I wasn't gonna do it, but we decided to make a tune about the thing. Now call it name, but enough life gone down the drain. Hey, I wasn't gonna do it, but they decide to make a tune about the thing. They say we down to doubt, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, a new world order around the corner. Be careful, a new world order. System get out of order. Boris, a new world order. We don't want it around the corner. Straight up, a new world order. System get out of order. Take it down. A new world order around the corner. A new world order. System get out of order. Hey, a new world order around the corner. A new world order. System get out of order. Thank you. Good night. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening. Please make sure you donate. It's for a good cause, for the musicians. Love you.